Hey there guys, if you haven't already checked it out, the Patreon for the channel is now live. There's a link in the description as well as a link will be up on the screen here in a second. We've already passed the first Patreon goal of $100 a month, which I'm so grateful for. So to thank everyone for that high speed and kind of an awesome bonus early, I'm going to be doing a giveaway right away for patrons only. That is a Judge Promo Reflect that will be all yours from last season. So it's the Reflect Refrain Judge Promo. Very, very hard to get. And that is going to go away, be given away for free at the end of this month to a patron. It only takes $1 to join our Discord community, $1 a month to help support the channel and the content. And as long as you get in on there, then you'll be entered in this contest as well as all future contests and any of these other like cool bonus stuff that we're going to do, like monthly Q&As and monthly tournaments all together. So feel free to go check that out if you're interested in that giveaway. Like I said, you have to be a patron by the end of August because that is when it's going to be given away. Hopefully you guys feel free to feel like you want to support the channel this way, and I can give you guys cool swag moving forward. So thank you guys so much again from the bottom of my heart, and enjoy the video. Hey there guys, Demo73 here, bringing you the next spoiler coverage for Ancient Knights. Sorry it's a couple days late, getting everything ready for Masters and things like that. I've kind of taken some time, but we're going to go ahead and jump right in. So first up, we've got our Leaf support, right? Our Gill support, a lot more elemental stuff, a lot more of the spirit magic, a lot of really cool stuff to look at today. So first up, we have Leaf Knight, 2-drop 6/6 elemental, who can remove another elemental to give himself +2/+2 up to 2 times per turn, or remove an elemental to give himself barrier. So instant speed barrier or instant speed puffs from this guy. I think that's really, really cool. I definitely need to see, especially since we're seeing in this set of spoiler articles a lot more elemental creatures, so I think that this, banishing things from your graveyard to get the pumps and stuff is definitely going to be more viable than it was when just the structure deck came out. Then we have Leaf Archer, 4-drop, 6/12. That's pretty expensive, but it can block J Resonators with flying, which is nice for that huge defense. And then 2 green and tap, and it can deal 600 damage to target Resonator with flying. That's a little interesting. Like, it's already going to be blocking, and its attack is 600, so it's already technically just by blocking something dealing 600. So I don't necessarily really understand the point of this extra effect. It's essentially saying I don't have to block to ping something for 600 damage, but it's got this high defense, so I'm not really necessarily sure why you're too worried about it dying with blocking a flyer. It's pretty expensive too, so I'm not a huge fan of this card, other than I just really like the fact that it can block flyers. Next up we have Leaf Healer, who is a 5-drop 0/15, and what everyone is saying is their favorite card art so far. So 0/15, and at the end of your turn, recover all Resonators you control. So that's a pretty cool effect, just to be able to say, okay, at the end of my turn, recover everything. This makes you be able to reuse of your ramps cards. This makes you be able to swing with stuff and then recover them so they can be used as a blocker. All kinds of stuff that I think this card can potentially open up, but he is very expensive, so he's a 5-drop. So we'll have to see whether or not he's worth it. Next up we have Leaf Guard, who's a 2-drop 4/8. He's just a vanilla, and he is an elemental there, so a nice little early game, defensive wall. Then up we have the Wind Ferryman, who is a 1 green 2/2. When he enters your field, you look at the top 3 cards of your deck, reveal an elemental or spirit magic from among them, and put it into your hand, and put the rest on the bottom of your deck. So this is essentially like Percival for Seeker of the Holy Grail for the Knights of the Round Table and Regalia, except now we get it for wind elementals and spirit magics. I think that's very, very good. Being able to just play it and look, Percy was a very good card for decks that had that stuff in it, so I think Wind Ferryman is just going to find himself in that same kind of spot. Then we have Windblade, 2-drop quick cast. It is a chant elemental. This card deals 300 damage to target Resonator, plus an additional 100 damage for each wind magic stone you control. It is interesting to put here that it can be banished, but unfortunately, you can't actually banish anything to be able to cast this cheaper. It's always going to cost 2. So this is pretty interesting. I mean, I think that Gill kind of needed a little bit of ways to deal with creatures early on because he is kind of more of a defensive ruler. But I wish this was a spirit magic. If this was a spirit magic, I think it'd be significantly better. But I do see this as being potentially very good. I mean, it's kind of like a 2-drop Thunder because you're probably going to have wind magic stones, you know, when you cast it, 2 of them, which will deal 500. But it could potentially be very much bigger the longer the game goes on. Again, if it was a spirit magic, I think it'd be much better, but it's better than nothing, I suppose. Then we have Absolute Awareness, 2-drop. Spirit magic says search your magic stone for a basic magic stone and put it into field rested, then shuffle your magic stone deck. This card is unfortunately immediately outclassed by Magic Stone Analysis, because Magic Stone Analysis costs the same and gets it into play recovered, which completely makes up for the fact that, you know, Absolute Awareness, yeah, you could maybe cast it for 1 by banishing a spirit magic, but with and then you can maybe like tap for stone or something, but you know, with Magic Stone Analysis you pay 2 and you get 1 anyway, so it's essentially like you're casting it for 1. So this card is just immediately outclassed by that. And lastly, we have Spiritual Guidance, 3-drop, draw 2 cards, then you gain 100 life for each card in your hand. It is a spirit magic, so you can technically cast it for 2. You know, drawing cards is really, really nice. However, as a feature match that you're going to see this upcoming week shows, there is much better draw power and more consistency and cheaper for Gill that I think you're really going to like. And the life gain, I think, is not super relevant. So 3 cost is a little expensive. 2 cost maybe makes it okay. But I think that there's better things that Gill can use to draw cards rather than use this stuff. So overall, nothing super terribly exciting. I think probably my favorite card in this is Windblade, and even then it's not amazingly good. But I think that at least seeing some more elemental stuff means that we'll be able to play kind of an elemental deck with Gill, which will be very fun, I think. But let me know what you guys think in the comment sections down below. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, and go check out the Patreon, because if you become a supporter for any amount by the end of the month, you're automatically entered into a contest for a drawing for a free Reflect Refrain Judge promo, as well as all the future contests and tournaments that we're going to do on there. Plus, it supports the channel, so go check that out. And until next time, guys, this is GMO73 signing off.